the one, the only, Bencio
Morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, Iyun to Lean On. Today we're finishing another week in Shulchan Aruch Siman Reish Pei 280. An interesting topic for most people, for everyone. Tashmish Hamita b'Shabbos. Anytime we talk about Tashmish Hamita, people are interested. That's human nature. If you're not interested, I feel bad for you. You're in a different world. There's two halachas over here. I gave basically an Iyun shir on the second halacha and the main shir. But I want to talk about something which is very dear to me because it's something which so many people have wrong, and it bothers me. And the point is that it's ingrained in men and women from their chassid and kala teachers, and it ruins people's lives. Because as I give shiurim on marriage and intimacy, I'm doing a book about shalom bayis. I previously did a book about marital intimacy, and the key to a marriage, successful marriage, is success in the bedroom. If you don't have success in the bedroom, your marriage is ruined. If you have success in the bedroom, 98% of the time, your marriage is amazing. So it's really important. And girls are taught by their college teachers, maybe even in seminary, men are taught that you're supposed to be together for sure on Friday night. It's a mitzvah, Oneg Shabbos. Friday night is the right time to be together. And people will do this. Now, the problem with Friday night, there's nothing inherently wrong with Friday night. Maybe there is more Oneg Shabbos during the Shama Yasera. But the problem is that people are exhausted, especially married people, especially people with families. It's exhausting to get ready for Shabbos, especially when you have little kids around. By the time the meal is over, you have a big meal on Friday night. I don't know, but I base my analysis of halacha based on my personal experiences because I'm someone who's very in touch with themselves. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly how I feel. So my personal experiences dictate how I interpret the halacha, which is derech eretz kadmon Torah. Problem is that people sitting in ivory towers deciding halachas when they're not in touch with the human element of themselves, and they're deciding halachas which they're not really capable of deciding because they have no derech eretz in their life. They have no livelihood in their life. They're not normal people. They're not part of this world. They're sitting in ivory towers, and that's the reason it makes it very difficult. The reason I don't believe in das Torah, I think it ruins the halacha. And the Taz says in one place, all the Rabbanim quote this, that the thought process of Amaratzim is exactly the opposite of the Rabbanim. And they use it as a proof that Rabbanim have it right and Amaratzim don't listen to Amaratzim. But it's true, and it's true the other way, too, that Rabbanim are the opposite of the Amaratzim. Who has it right? The Rabbanim assume they're the right ones, but the truth is Amaratzim have it right because they derech eretz kadmon Torah. They understand derech eretz, so they can interpret the Torah the right way. The problem is Amaratzim don't learn Torah, so they have no opinion about what it says. They don't know enough Torah. They don't know how to learn Gemara. But I have both. I have derech eretz and I also have Torah. I'm well equipped to give my own analysis of the Torah. I have an amazing knowledge of the Torah. So I will offer my opinion over here. The Gemara, the Shulchan Aruch misquotes the Gemara. If you look up the Gemara, I believe it's Samach Beis and Beis in Kumsach Suba, 62b or 61b. I think it's 62b, where the Gemara says the Onas Talmidei Chachamim, the Shulchan Aruch writes Milel Shabbos and Leil Shabbos, which simply means once a week on Friday night. And since the Gemara doesn't say it's Oneg Shabbos. The Rishonim say since it's Friday night, so therefore the reason that the Chazal Masakin once a week, right? Once a week, it says even people that do malacha, people that do malacha be'iram, they do malacha outside their area. They work outside their city, so they're also obligated once a week. The Gemara doesn't recommend which night of the week. Talmidei Chachamim, it recommends, right? Piro Yitain Beito, the Gemara says Mileli Shabbos, Leil Shabbos. And the Mefarshim, Rashi, I believe over there explains, the Rambam explains that Leil Shabbos is the right time because there's a mitzvah Oneg Shabbos. That's why the Gemara recommends Leil Shabbos, because Oneg Shabbos to enjoy the food and to also enjoy this, which is even more intrinsic pleasure to people. The problem is the Gemara doesn't say Leil Shabbos. The Gemara says Erev Shabbos. Look at the Gemara. Ayin Shin, abbreviated. Erev Shabbos. Erev Shabbos is not Friday night. It's not Friday night. Erev Shabbos is Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and includes Thursday night also, right? That's also Erev Shabbos according to the Jewish calendar, which starts at that night. And I believe that's the truth. The truth is that Thursday night is the right time to be together with your wife. Friday you're exhausted, especially after the work you put in, getting Shabbos ready, cleaning the house, making sure all the food is ready, taking care of the kids, bathing the kids, dressing the kids, Sometimes you have the kids up at night with you at the meal. It's very difficult. You're very stressed out. You're overworked. What do you want to do? Right? Shabbos b'manucha. I want to go to sleep. Friday night, usually I want to go to sleep. I do not want, that's not what I want on Friday night. So, it makes sense. The Gemara is recommending the best night is Thursday night. Right? Thursday night is the best. And I think that is the best. I have my personal experience in the bedroom. I enjoy Thursday nights the most. And there's a reason for it, because the Gemara recommends that. That's what the Gemara recommends. This is a complete mistaken quote over here. It's a complete mistake. No one even mentions this. Now, another support that the Mefarshim is a different Gemara in other places, among them in the Nedarim, Daf Lamed Aleph, number 31, where the Gemara says, and also Mesachas Baba Kama, page base, that Ezra made a takana that men should eat garlic on Leil Shabbos. You're supposed to have garlic, you're supposed to have shum on Friday night. A lot of people at their tables will actually have whole garlic cloves. Basically, they're cooked, but whole garlic cloves. I remember I used to go to people's house, Avrechim's house, young married couples. I'd be like, it's not appropriate to have this garlic sitting at the table. Like, we know the reason the Rishonim say that you should have it is because it increases your zera. A man's sperm increases if he eats garlic. That's the wisdom of the Torah, and therefore you should have more of that for Friday night, because Friday night is on Shabbos. And based on where I'm exactly supposed to do together with Iyun from Friday night. So therefore it all makes sense. Now it's Takanas Ezra to make sure to enhance the experience, to have more zera. And people, I know it's kind of egregious when you put it out in front of everybody. If you have a lot of guests over, like people understand, people learn Gemara, know what you're talking about. It's kind of embarrassing to publicize these things, but the real answer, why shum? Right, shum the Gemara didn't say because it's Mara B'Zera. The Rishonim say it's Mara B'Zera. Maybe the Gemara says Mara B'Zera, but the point is that I'm not sure. But the Gemara says shum. The Gemara in many places says shum makes your breath smell really bad. That's what shum does. The Gemara Masechtas Sanhedrin in the beginning, I believe in Daf Yud Aleph, the Gemara says people eat shum, their breath smells really bad. In fact, there's a story in the Gemara where they didn't want to embarrass somebody. They didn't want to embarrass someone who ate shum because his breath smelled bad. Halitosis. Now, when your breath smells bad, you want to be together with your spouse or not? Honestly, no. In order, Chazal, Ezra made a takana to eat shum on Friday night, which is clear on Friday night, so that you should have bad breath and you shouldn't be together. Don't try to be a tzaddik and to be, this Onik Shabbos, I should get in my Ona on Friday night. No, have your Ona on Thursday night, like the Gemara says. On Friday night, Chazal protected you, Ezra protected you from trying to be together, making your night Friday night. You're not going to want to be together when the breath smells bad. That's all it's about. That's really what the Tanakh was about. It's exactly the opposite of what people think. And that's really the truth. The problem is that the Chassan and Kala teachers teach this to both men and women. Now, men, what I'm saying, if they're hearing this, they can say, wow, that makes sense. Let me look at the Gemara. I'll check the Gemara over there. I'll check the Gemara in Nedarim. I'll check the Gemara in Ksuvos. He's got a legitimate point. But women don't learn Gemara. And even if you try to explain them the Gemara, the Gemara says, women who learn Gemara, you're malad tiflos. They don't understand. They think emotionally. They don't think intellectually. If they're being told by Kala teachers, Friday night is the night to be together, it's a mitzvah of Oneg Shabbos, they will never be able to retreat from that position, no matter how many proofs you bring them, because they have the emotional connection to their Kala teacher teaching this to them. It's a very private matter. It's a very personal matter. Chassan and Kala teacher, the Kala and Chassan and Kala classes, and they can never get this out of their minds. And it causes a lot of problems with shalom bias. Women think it has to be Friday night. It has to be Friday night, and a smart man knows he's exhausted on Friday night. It's not that the woman wants it more on Friday night. And she wants to do, a frum woman wants to do what her college teacher taught her. And she can't get it out of her mind. And this is the biggest problem, it's the biggest crime. I mean, most of the time, also the Chassanim teachers teach this to the boys, and the boys think this is, And to the point of God, I even asked a Shiloh to a rabbi, and I said, I prefer not doing it on Friday night. I'm exhausted, whatever. So he said, b'diavad, you can do it. You don't have to do it on a Friday night. You can do it Thursday night or a different night to fill your own at least once a week, if you're Talmid Chacham. So, but even though I told this, even though the Rav said b'diavad, it's okay, it doesn't help necessarily for your wife. It's a sad story, and it's a perversion of the halacha, and I wish more people would talk about it, but since it's a personal topic, and it's something which people don't even talk about at all, especially in the frum circles, no one talks about this topic at all, so it often goes neglected, and people, people perpetuate it because they're not in touch with themselves, what they like. Most people just do it as a favor for their wives, at least in the frum world. They're doing it as a favor for their wives, not for their own personal interest. So they don't care. They're into doing the mitzvah, at least the way the Mefarshim understood it. But people who are in touch with their senses and want to enjoy the experience as much as possible would probably concur with what I'm saying. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.